Welcome back, gamers. My name is RiotMaker650, and today I'm going to show you on a more effective way to do grinding or XP farming, whatever way you want to say it. So you might have seen my previous video where you spawn here at the bell room, you run out, and then you jump off the edge. Kind of just lure this guy out. So this is going to start the same way. You do the same thing. But in the other video, I sat on top of this ladder here, waited for the Grim Reaper, the Red Reaper anyway, and then I ran over to this pillar, waited for him to swing off the edge. This is going to be kind of the same. The starting of it is going to be the same, but the ending is going to be different, and the results are a lot better. So right now I have 7,700 Vigor. So what you're going to do is do exactly what I just did, clear out the enemies, and wait for the Red Reaper. You can wait for him any way you want. Best thing to do is just sit on the ladder. But when he comes, you're going to want to run back and run into this elevator here. Now, if you don't have this elevator access yet, you're going to have to progress further to get this. So essentially, you run to the elevator, it brings you down below, and he won't spawn on the platform down there. And when the Reaper is here, you get 3 times Vigor instead of 1.1 times. And all you do is farm the enemies down there that keep respawning, and you can get insane amount of Vigor real quick. There are other items in the game, such as rings and talismans, that will allow you to up that percentage more, up to like a 5% or 4.8%. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those rings, so this video is going to be doing it on 3%, or 3 times, I should say. So now we're just going to wait for the Reaper to get here, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. The Reaper is almost here. As you can see, I have more Vigor at the point, because I farmed while I was waiting. The Reaper's gonna spawn underneath, climb up, and just kind of bait him out. Run down to the elevator here, and head down. And he shouldn't be able to spawn on this platform. Now, if you drop down from the platform, he can spawn, so you want to make sure you don't drop down one layer down. So he can spawn down below, I've noticed. I fell down there once, and he can spawn there, but he will not spawn up here. You will get the normal Reapers and the all the Umbral creatures, but you will not get the Red Reaper. One thing to note, when you have the red symbol on you, you cannot heal. So having a healing spell will help, as well as healing stones. So now we're at a 3 times multiplier for any enemies we kill. So you just go ahead and run up and down this platform area, as more enemies will spawn, and you can just spam them. Most of them are trash mobs. The ones that give you the most Vigor are the Reapers and the Butterfly Ladies. And as you can see, I just run up and down, and more will spawn. So before I came down here, I had roughly 10,000. You can see after killing a few enemies, I got 11,000 already. The Butterfly Lady and the Reapers will give you a couple thousand per kill. And there's another Reaper right there. Best thing to do is funnel them down here. There you go. Use a couple spells, you use whatever you want, ranged attacks. Especially if you are beginning to this game, ranged weapons will help you with that. Someone in my comments had mentioned that Pietta's sword is really good for defeating the Reapers. So that's another note. If you want to come down here, grab her sword from the Remembrance, and fuck shit up. I've only been down here for, I don't know, about a minute or 2, maybe 3, if that. I've already gotten 6,000 Vigor from this. And now when you're late game, it might not seem like a lot, but early game to mid game, doing this method, within an hour you can get over 100,000 Vigor, easily. especially if you find the ring that ups the multiplier. Right now, in my current build, I'm using a ring that regenerates mana, so it kind of works out where I don't have to use mana stones. The butterfly lady will drop large mana clusters, like the large mana rocks, which is something you don't really find early game, so if you do this method early game, that will help a lot too. Alright, we're about at 5 minutes of grinding right now. I've gotten roughly 12,000 vigor just from doing this at 3 times rate. So essentially that's the method, you just go back and forth. Oh, look at that, the left hand bringer. That's the item I was trying to find in my last video. If you get overwhelmed at any point in time, just go back up the elevator and the vestige is right there. I know some people like the AFK method. Personally, I don't, because to me it's boring. I like to actually defeat enemies and have that sense of grinding. Being able to actually fight enemies and grind your way to actually get good vigor. Especially early on, which is nice. I guess you can call it an exploit. I'm not really sure, mostly because the Reaper can't spawn here. So I would go ahead and use this method as much as possible before they patch that. Because they tried doing the patch up top where the Reaper would fall off. I can kind of get him to fall off once in a while, but it's very... He doesn't really fall off anymore. Plus you had to wait like 6 minutes for him to spawn. And then you only get... You got around 10,000 vigor for the first time. And after that it would lower every time. Trying to wait 5 minutes every time kind of sucks. Whereas this, in 5 minutes, you can get well over 10,000 vigor. So far, that is the most efficient way of getting vigor in this game that I found anyway. There might be other methods. If you know of any, please let me know. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.